Hey, Jules Blessed Vegan, and as always, welcome to my channel. And for those of you who are new, I know you can benefit. So, people, I'm talking about peppermint oil. And what it was I was listening to Marcus Rothkranz. I hope I'm saying that right? And he was talking about peppermint oil kind of as a cure-all for stomach ailments and just pain in the stomach. I don't really tend to have an upset tummy, but many people in my life do have physical pain and do have stomach ailments. So he recommended getting peppermint oil, for which I ordered this, and I guess as a Prime member on Amazon, it literally came in a day. And then these little capsules, which are, it says vegetarian, but they're vegan. They're vegan and vegetarian. And what he was saying was to literally only use like 2 drops and maybe work your way up to 5. I was talking to some people who were like, oh my gosh, I tried peppermint oil and it burned my stomach. I have a feeling they overdid it. Like, people often think that more is better, and it's not. It's not always better. Oh my gosh, it is windy in the high desert, and I am doing the best I can with this hair. Anyway, so this is from Medical News Today. What are the benefits of peppermint oil? I know you're interested. I'm interested. I've read a bunch of things, but like I said, I was listening to Marcus's video, and that's what made me just say, I'm going to order some peppermint oil. I guess because Amazon has all of those distribution centers now, things can like get here at the speed of light. Because honestly, I ordered this yesterday when I was still at school, which was like 2 o'clock. And when I got home today, it was sitting on my porch. So I was just like, wow. All right, let's get into it. Peppermint oil comes from the peppermint plant, which is a hybrid of spearmint and watermint. I'm not even familiar with watermint. Many people have used peppermint oil for centuries to treat a range of illnesses, including digestive conditions, colds, and headaches. And again, it's mostly the digestive conditions that interested me most, because I have people who are hurting in my life. It says, however, according to the National Center of Complementary and Integrative Health, scientists have only carried out a small amount of research into the effects of peppermint oil. This article will look at the potential benefits of peppermint oil and how to use it safely. Yeah. All right. Although research suggests that essential oils may have some health benefits, it's important to remember that the Food and Drug Administration do not monitor or regulate the purity or quality of these. A person should talk with a healthcare professional before using essential oils, and they should be sure to research the quality of the brand's product. A person should always do a patch test. But you know what it said? They understand how incredibly strong this oil is, and that you're never supposed to apply it directly. You're supposed to use like I can't remember what the term is. I want to say friendship. But a secondary oil to help dilute it, if you will. And they recommended like coconut oil, and with like 2 parts to 3 or something like that. Yeah, two parts of this to 3 parts of that. So anyway, yeah, that's something worth looking into a little bit more. But it says, what is peppermint oil? Wow, this is a beautiful picture. Don't know if it'll let me save. I would love to borrow that little picture. Sometimes I'll do that, and then I'll go to put it on, and it'll say, this isn't even a picture, that's available. Okay, so peppermint oil derives from the peppermint plant, which is a hybrid of spearmint and watermint. Peppermint oil comes from the leaves of the peppermint plant. It is an essential oil that contains over 40 different compounds, including menthol, which gives peppermint its refreshing qualities. It is a common essential oil around the world. Peppermint oil is available in several forms, including pure peppermint essential oil, which is highly concentrated. They ain't playing. I barely tasted this, and my tongue was like burning. Peppermint extracts, which are much less concentrated, and enteric coated capsules, really smart, where it has a buffer on the coating so that it makes it all the way down to your stomach acids before it breaks up. Because my sister-in-law was complaining about having like burning in her stomach when she used it. So that needs to be considered. Which contains a small amount of peppermint oil in a special coating. Now see, I purchased these, which means there'd be no buffer. It'd just be naked. But that's why Marcus totally said to only do like 2 drops and maybe work your way to 5. I have a feeling people do far more than that. If you don't know Marcus Rothkranz, look him up. He's pretty amazing. And his wife is Kara, right? I pray that's right. Okay, some people use peppermint essential oil in aromatherapy, applying diluted peppermint oil to the skin in a carrier oil, that's what it's called, a carrier oil, or inhaling it through steam or diffuser. Food and drink manufacturers also use very small amounts of peppermint extract to add flavor to products. Pure peppermint essential oil is too concentrated. Let's hear that again. Pure peppermint essential oil, like this one, is too concentrated to take orally, and it can be toxic at high doses. Although research has looked at the potential benefits of taking diluted amounts of peppermint oil internally in enteric-coated formulations, current guidelines still advise against such practice due to the potential risks. Wow. Please always consult a healthcare professional prior to any oral use of essential oils. That said, peppermint oil benefits. In traditional herbalism, practitioners may use peppermint to kill germs, stop itching, relieve pain, prevent or reduce vomiting, so interesting, help the body eliminate mucus, reduce muscle spasms, reduce flatulence, promote sweating, and boost blood circulation. However, scientists have not proven all of these benefits in human studies. Here are the peppermint oil benefits that have the strongest scientific evidence behind them. 1, it reduces irritable bowel syndrome, known as IBS, right? The symptoms of that. Most of the research into peppermint oil has looked at its impact on digestive conditions, particularly irritable bowel syndrome or IBS, which is a hyperlink for more information. According to the NCCIH, which was what we said earlier, let me go back. At the beginning of the article, it said that is the short form for, don't tell me, it is the short form for the National Center for Complementary and Integrative Health. And again, that's a hyperlink. I just want to give credit where credit's due, right? All right. According to the NCCIH, there is some evidence to suggest that enteric-coated diluted peppermint oil can reduce the symptoms of IBS. A lot of people just recommend peppermint tea, let's be fair. This is like next level for people who are really suffering. IBS is a chronic digestive condition that causes abdominal pain and frequent bouts of diarrhea or constipation, and those are hyperlinks, or both. A comprehensive review of studies from over a 50-year period, wow, found that enteric-coated peppermint capsules were a safe and effective treatment option for IBS pain. Worth considering. Researchers believe that the menthol, which is a component of peppermint oil, can reduce abdominal spasms by blocking the movement of calcium across the intestinal membrane. A review article in the Journal of Ailments, Pharmacology and Therapeutics, say that 10 times, found that a combination of enteric-coated peppermint oil, I'm understanding they're really recommending enteric-coated, and again, that's kind of a buffer that is coated in so that it makes it all the way down to your stomach acids before it breaks up. And a caraway oil could reduce indigestion in adults when compared to a placebo. However, it is worth noting that peppermint oil can also cause heartburn and acid reflux. And again, I think it's because people take way too much. Like, it was really recommended 2 drops. I have a feeling that my sister-in-law thought more was better because she was complaining about a burning stomach. I get it. It is best to discuss the persistent indigestion with a healthcare professional. Okay, number 2, it eases nausea. The NCCIH say that there's not enough evidence to prove that peppermint oil can reduce nausea. However, a 2020 randomized clinical trial found that inhaling peppermint oil vapor through a nebulizer reduced the frequency, duration, and severity of nausea and vomiting in people recovering from heart surgery. Another study found that inhaling peppermint essential oil did not have a significant effect on nausea and vomiting among pregnant people with morning sickness. This seems to suggest that peppermint oil aromatherapy can work for some cases of nausea, but not for others. People should not take pure essential oils orally to treat nausea. That is just straight up. And there's a hyperlink for that. Other possible benefits. A few studies suggest that peppermint oil may help with other things, such as viruses. A 2020 review noted that peppermint had antiviral activity against viruses such as the herpes simplex virus and influenza type A. Infections. Peppermint oil is an antibacterial against some species of bacteria, including Salmonella, Escherichia coli, and Staphylococcus. Staphylococcus. Oh my gosh. Staphylococcus. It's staph infection in laboratory tests. Okay, chronic itching. A 2016 study suggests that peppermint oil may provide safe and effective relief from chronic itching. Athletic performance. A small 2014 study in just 30 students suggests that peppermint oil may improve several measurements of athletic performance, such as jumping ability and grip strength. That's interesting. Jumping ability. However, many of these studies are small and are only demonstrate that peppermint's properties in the laboratory setting. For this reason, scientists will need to carry out more research to determine whether or not peppermint oil can safely help. Okay, anyway, again, I just heard Marcus talking about it. I understood what he was saying and it interested me. Okay, how to use peppermint oil safely. Let's say that again. How to use it safely, so important. And terra-coated peppermint oil appears to be safe, and that's a hyperlink, to take internally at safe doses. However, healthcare professionals do not recommend ingesting essential oils. Pure essential oils are highly concentrated and can be toxic. Menthol can cause serious side effects in children, so parents and caregivers should not apply peppermint oil to a child's skin or allow them to inhale and ingest it. During pregnancy and breastfeeding, it is important to consult the doctor before using essential oils. Consider who else is in the area when using aromatherapy. Some oils are also dangerous for pets. People who want to use peppermint essential oil for pain, headaches, or itching can apply the oil to the skin by diluting it in another substance, like coconut oil. To do this, add a few drops of peppermint oil to a carrier oil, such as jojoba or coconut oil, to prevent skin irritation. To inhale peppermint oil, add only a few drops to a bowl of steaming water or dilute it in a carrier oil before adding to a bath. If using a diffuser, follow the device's instruction to get the ratio of oil to water. And when to see a doctor. Peppermint oil can cause skin irritation, digestive symptoms, and in some cases allergic reactions. If a person develops symptoms while using peppermint oil, they should stop using it and speak to their doctor. Anyone with persistent symptoms that may indicate an underlying health condition should also speak to their doctor before trying peppermint oil. A doctor will be able to diagnose the problem and determine whether or not peppermint oil is likely to help. In summary, peppermint oil can help ease symptoms in people with digestive conditions such as IBS, functional dyspepsia, and nausea after surgery. And terra-coated peppermint oil appears to be safe to take internally, but healthcare professionals recommend using the essential oil for topical and aromatherapy purposes only. Some evidence suggests that peppermint oil has an antibacterial and antiviral properties, so as well as the ability to soothe itching. However, scientists need more studies. All right, hang tight a second because I want to go to a more positive one that has just more of the effects of it. Obviously, there's always caution with all these things, but I'm still super interested. Okay, so this second article is from Healthline, and I often use healthline.com. I don't like that they always reference testing on animals, but they do have summaries and a bottom line, and I'm a bottom line kind of girl. So if you need to, just turn this off at this point and come back and listen to this article later. Again, I'm always kind of teaching myself and hoping it'll benefit someone else. So this one also indicates the benefit of peppermint oil, and of course I'll include both of these in the description of the video, and it also talks about the uses. So let's go down to, I'm just going to kind of kick it because we already touched on some of it. Okay, so for this article, some of the uses. Peppermint oil has a wide variety of uses. It's a remedy for a variety of conditions, including irritable bowel syndrome, which is a hyperlink, nausea and other digestive issues, as well as a common cold and headaches. A topical application for the relief from itching, a hyperlink, muscle pain and headache. A flavoring agent in foods, and I did get food grade. This is considered food grade. It can be consumed. And products such as mouthwashes, a fresh, pleasing scent, added to soaps and cosmetic products. People can use peppermint oil in a variety of ways, applied topically on the skin, diffused in the form of essential oil, ingested orally in a tablet or capsule, and applied intranasally, like actually putting a couple of drops in the nose. That's a hard no. I mean, if it burns on the tongue, I am not putting it in my nose. It's important to be careful that you're not ingesting peppermint oil. You should always check with a doctor before consuming peppermint oil in any form or applying it. So interesting. I didn't know it was such a threat. Okay, peppermint oil benefits. Records of the medicinal use of the mint plant go all the way back to ancient Egypt, Greece, and Rome. So what does modern research say about the benefits? Well, some of the potential benefits of peppermint oil are based on personal testimony. Research is ongoing into the health benefits, but we're going to explore it anyway. For IBS, it is said that peppermint oil can help chronic, long-term IBS, gastrointestinal condition, which involves abdominal pain, diarrhea, and constipation. In 2019, 12 trials examined the efficacy of peppermint oil capsules in treating IBS when compared with a placebo. Researchers found that the treatment with peppermint oil improved abdominal pain and other symptoms of IBS. The specific ways peppermint oil helps with IBS is relaxing the smooth muscles of the GI tract, having an anti-inflammatory effect, affecting the types of bacteria that naturally live in the GI tract, and decreasing pain sensation in the GI tract. Okay, other GI conditions. Peppermint oil, one of its main chemical components, has been used in a combination with caraway to remedy symptoms of functional dyspepsia. The condition is characterized by bloating, indigestion, and pain in the area of the stomach. If you're familiar at all, you probably are looking for a natural solution. This may be it. A 2019 review summarized that the results of several studies involving peppermint, menthol, and caraway. Overall, this combination treatment appears promising in relieving symptoms associated with functional dyspepsia. All right, for nausea, many cases and proofs, including a 2016 study, indicated that it helped again with those post-operative nausea, but not so much for pregnancy. Of the 56 pregnant patients that looked at how aromatherapy with peppermint oil affected nausea and vomiting, they found no significant difference. 2021, 80 patients tested the effects of applying just one drop of peppermint oil between the upper lip and nose, so up here, 3 times a day for 5 days after chemotherapy. The researchers found that it lessened the severity and frequency of nausea. Yay God, right? For pain, wintergreen oil and menthol have been used as a remedy for tension headaches and migraine headaches. A 2019 study compared the effects of peppermint oil versus lidocaine drops for migraine attacks. Researchers found that headache intensity decreased in 40% of the patients receiving either drop. That's pretty impressive. For real. I used to take a ton of migraine medication. I would have loved a natural remedy. For skin and hair, peppermint oil is often used in cosmetic products, but there's a limited amount of research into the potential benefits of peppermint when applied to the skin and hair. A small 2016 study looked at the topical application of peppermint oil and the effect it had on chronic itching. Researchers found that a 1% solution of peppermint oil led to improvements in how long itchiness lasted and the severity of the itch. And it's a hyperlink. I'm super curious on what's all the talk about itching, right? A 2014 study in mice, God bless them, compared peppermint oil to minoxidil, which is Rogaine, and control compounds. Researchers found that a 3% solution of peppermint oil led to the growth of thick, long hair. That's in mice, but still after 4 weeks of treatment. Similar to minoxidil. Wow, that's just super interesting. A 2016 study examining the effects of topical menthol. Researchers found that topically applied menthol increases skin blood flow. This could help with hair growth. An increased blood flow may help stimulate your scalp. All right, peppermint oil has a mild antimicrobial property. Various studies have been performed to determine its effectiveness against different types of bacteria and fungi. The results have been mixed. In 2019, a highlighted antibacterial activity of peppermint oil on different strains of bacteria, including Staphylococcus aureus, Escherichia coli, Klebsiella pneumoniae, Proteus mirabilis, Pseudomonas aeruginosa, and Acinetobacter baumannii. Are you kidding me? God bless the people who pronounce this stuff. The research showed peppermint oil's potential as a future therapeutic option for certain infections, though more research is needed, of course. Another study found that white peppermint oil, I'm not familiar, showed a potential for antimicrobial activity. It was less effective than other essential oils. Okay, let's do safety and side effects. Food and Drug Administration recommends only using essential oils according to the manufacturer guideline. Essential oils are not meant to be taken orally. Some possible side effects could be heartburn, nausea, and vomiting. Choose a peppermint extract if you're adding peppermint oil to food. Aromatherapy or topical use of diluted essential peppermint oil can have significant benefits with little risk. But be aware that peppermint oil aromatherapy can be toxic to pets. Wow. Before using aromatherapy, always consider the safety of children, pets, and pregnant people. Pregnant people. I'm not going there, don't worry. Okay. If taken in large doses, peppermint oil can be toxic. It contains a known toxic compound called pelugon. Cosmetic formulations of peppermint oil are supposed to contain 1% or less of pelugon, although in some cases they may contain more. It's also important to remember that peppermint essential oil is very concentrated and should always be diluted properly before topical use. Only a few drops of essential oil are needed for diluting in an ounce of carrier oil. In some cases, peppermint oil that's applied to the skin may cause irritation or rash. If you're concerned about having a skin reaction to peppermint oil, test it on a small patch of skin first. Of course. All right. Who shouldn't use peppermint oil? According to this, nobody. But I'm still believing in it. People with G6PD deficiency. People with a specific enzyme deficiency called G6PD deficiency should avoid using peppermint as an extract or oil in aromatherapy. Number 2, people taking certain medications. Peppermint oil aromatherapy can inhibit an enzyme called CYP3A4, which is responsible for breaking down many types of medication. If you take any prescription medications, talk to a doctor before using peppermint oil. Number 3, children and babies. You should avoid applying peppermint oil to their faces or chest of babies and young children. Side effects can occur from inhaling the menthol in the peppermint oil. Okay, here's the takeaway. Peppermint oil comes from the peppermint plant. It's been used for many things such as relieving GI discomfort, nausea, and pain. While some of the proposed benefits of peppermint oil come from anecdotal evidence, meaning people's stories, research suggests that peppermint oil may be beneficial for IBS and other digestive conditions, as well as pain relief. Peppermint oil is generally safe, but it can be toxic when taken in very large doses. Additionally, you should always dilute peppermint essential oil before use. Speak with a doctor before using peppermint oil, and be sure to bring up any questions or concerns that you may have. Wow, that got ugly. I still believe in it, though. I'm not sure how this is going to go. This must be a lifetime worth based on what you're allowed to use. Anyway, my friends, like if you like, join us if you haven't, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below how I may support you. And if you've used essential oils, and if this freaked you out, because of all the warnings, I think a lot of it's political. The pharmaceutical companies don't want us to find natural solutions. That is straight up. But anyway, I'm still interested. So until we talk again, best of all, know that you're blessed.